Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell. We are coming down into our final four of our top 10 stories and celebrities of the year. And we cannot round off this list without talking about the Titan submarine that unfortunately imploded back in June. A lot of people were talking about this. This was viral for a while. Everybody was holding their breath, wondering what actually happened to the submarine, all the way up until they could actually get equipment and cameras down there to figure out there was no submarine left. I'm going to play a few clips for you guys, and then I'm going to come back because this story on the surface was very wild. However, it was very questionable how this submarine was actually put together, which led to the loss of the 5 lives back this summer. So I'm about to play you guys a short clip. Then I will be coming back with my commentary.
An experimental submersible vessel that has not been approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, or death. Where do I sign? Oh, take your shoes off. That's customary. Okay. Wow. Inside, the sub has about as much room as a minivan.
So this is not your grandfather's submersible. We only have one button. That's it. It should be like an elevator. You know, it shouldn't take a lot of skill.
The Titan is the only 5-person sub in the world that can reach Titanic depths, 2.4 miles below the sea. It's also the only one with a toilet, sort of. And yet, I couldn't help noticing how many pieces of this sub seemed improvised.
We can use these off-the-shelf components. I got these from Camper World. We run the whole thing with this game controller.
Come on! It seems like
Panic things. This metal can is a Titan submarine, and what we're going to do is fill it up with a little bit of water, and then we're going to heat it up in it. And as we heat it up, all of the water is going to turn into water vapor, and the pressure is going to increase inside of the can in it. And then when we put the can into some cold water, all of the water vapor turns back into liquid water in it. So the pressure inside the can rapidly drops because the liquid water takes up less space than the water vapor in it. And because the pressure inside the can is low and the external pressure is high, it gets compressed in it. This is known as implosion. You don't know, fam. Titanic things.
So you guys just saw those two videos, which kind of detailed what was going on with this, I guess, carbon glass submarine tin can that these people rode down 2.5 miles to go see the Titanic in. That was controlled by a PlayStation controller. Now, even though, yes, it might have seemed innovative and something cool to do for the summer, and, you know, the CEO of the company did go down there with them. And I believe the price tag on this was at least $500,000 or something. This was a mess. It was it was tragic. And here are the passengers that was on that tragic submarine. This is Stockton Rush. He was the founder and chief executive of the company that operated the submarine itself. He often went down there with people to just tell them, hey, it's safe. Also was Hamish Harding, and he was the one that flew to space on a mission by Jeff Bezos, the Blue Origin rocket company. So he was a pilot, I guess, seeking an underwater adventure. We also have Paul-Henri Nargeolet. Sorry if I did not pronounce that right. He was the director of the underwater research dedicated to the Titanic. And, you know, by him doing research, I'm sure that, you know, this mission was pretty personal to him in his research. Lastly, we have Shazaza Dawood and Solomon Dawood, father and son passengers. Now we're about to play this short clip from TikTok of James Cameron describing what he knew about the submarine, why he didn't think it was a good idea, and why this was a bad idea.
Gate shouldn't have been doing what it was doing. I think that's pretty clear. I wish I had been more vocal about that, but I think I was unaware that they weren't certified. because I wasn't really studying it. I wasn't really interested. Stockton Rush asked me if I wanted to go out there and dive this season. I wasn't interested. There was a lot of concern about this outfit and this sub. A lot of concern, even to the extent that I wasn't involved in it because I was making Avatar 2 at the time, but a lot of them got together and wrote a letter to OceanGate and said, you have to certify. You cannot take people down. It's irresponsible, and it could lead to catastrophe. Monday morning, when I first found out about the incident, got on a whole bunch of calls and emails. It's a small community. Within an hour and a half, I had the following information. They were on descent. They were at 3,500 feet. They lost comms and tracking. The last one being the critical one, because the transponder that's used to track a sub during descent and on the bottom is a fully autonomous system. It's in its own pressure housing, and it has its own battery power. So for them to lose comms and tracking at the same time, sub was gone. There was no question in my mind. For days, I tried to run other scenarios that could account for it. I could come up with nothing. So the next thing I did was contacted a few more people and managed to track down, there are acoustic networks around. Some are research, some are intelligence. We got confirmation within an hour that there had been a loud bang at the same time that that comms were lost. A loud bang on the hydrophones, loss of transducer or transponder, loss of comms. I knew what happened. Sub imploded. I sent emails to everybody I know. I said, we've lost some friends. The sub has imploded. It's on the bottom in pieces right now. I sent that out Monday morning. I never believed in that technology of wound carbon fiber, wound filament, cylindrical hull. I thought it was a horrible idea. I wish I'd spoken up, but I assumed somebody was smarter than me, because I'd never experimented with that technology, but it just sounded bad on its face because we make pressure hulls out of contiguous material, steel, titanium, ceramic, acrylic. And so you can model it, you can do finite element analysis of it. And, you understand the yield properties, you understand the number of cycles that it can take. But you can't do that with a composite material because it's two dissimilar materials, sort of bonded together. And so we all knew that the danger was delamination and progressive failure over time with microscopic water ingress and fatigue, what they call cycling fatigue. And we knew that if the sub passed its pressure test, it wasn't going to fail on the first dive. It might fail on dive 7, or I don't know what they're at, but it's going to fail over time, which is insidious. You don't get that with steel or with titanium. Now there's one wreck lying next to the other wreck for the same damn reason.
Alright, you guys just saw James Cameron break this down. Basically, this sub was not up to par, and I'm actually wondering were there lawsuits involved in this, because I am sure that the people that got on this really did believe that safety measures were done, precautions were made, and plan Bs were there outside of a PlayStation controller. This was a complete mess and a tragedy that could have been avoided, in my opinion. The passengers, I wholeheartedly believe, should see some type of justice in this case because, like I said, I'm sure that they were going for like a day or two adventure. They were going to go see the Titanic, and it, however, turned into tragedy. So, blessings to their families. Alright, you guys, that was my number 4, the OceanGate Titan submarine implosion. We still have R3, R2, and R1. Which celebrities or hot stories will make the final 3 of 2023? Like, share, subscribe to see. Put your comments below if there is a story that you think should have made this list. Until next time, you guys, be safe and enjoy your night. Bye, guys.